Welcome to my latest development project. We're here, and the plan with this property is we're renovating the front house and building a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom home out the back. And I want to walk you through today, showing you exactly what we've done with the front home, then show you the layout at the back and what I'm building in the backyard. So we're going to walk you through right now and show you every aspect of this property and how we're creating value to make equity, to refinance, to go again, and then add value by doing the development in the rear yard. Let's come on through. So with this project, we wanted to separate the houses, and so we've put in this front fence here about chest high, and you can see there's an entire front yard now that's fully enclosed. The great thing about this space is for kids or pets, it means it's really functional and usable. Because we've stolen most of the backyard to build a property out the back, we wanted to create a functional space out the front. And so now we've got a front veranda here which overlooks onto this grass space, and Henry, my carpenter, who you can actually reach out to too from Refined Tradie Co, has been great in helping us get these odd jobs done. He's actually working on the front screening right now at the front of the home so that kids or pets can't escape under the property and get away essentially. Speaking of under the property, we've also fully re-stumped this house. One of the most exciting things about this home, and it's why it scared a bunch of other buyers, is that the house needed full re-stumping. So they basically put in new concrete foundations, steel posts, and this is fairly new where they've got these spiral style big wing nuts here, or big nuts that you can use a spanner and raise the house as you need to get it perfectly level. So I've re-stumped a lot of the stumps on this side of the home to level the house and get rid of any undulation and cracking inside the home. It scared a lot of buyers. It's scary, a house needs re-stumping, but the reality is you can spend $20,000 approximately, which is roughly what it cost me, 18 to 20 grand, get the stumps redone, the house gets re-leveled, and it's good for another 20, even 30 years. So money well spent there in my part. Now we're going to take you through and have a look at the front of the home and walk you through how we added value and where, and then we'll fully break down the numbers for you as far as what I'm spending on the home. I'll say good day, Henry. That's Henry there. So come on through here and up onto the front deck. This is a beautiful space. We don't have to spend any money here. It was already looking like this. As you can see, I was talking about the front yard. You can look out here, have your puppy, have your kids play around, and you've got plenty of room to entertain, and that's why this site works really well. Now this block is around 1,050 square meters, and so we do have a lot of space to work with, and that's why at Purpose Property, when we work with clients, we want to get these bigger blocks because it gives you options. You can do a granny flat, you can subdivide, and I'm looking to do a large granny flat at the initial instance, which is a 4-bed, 2-bath home, and then potentially strata title it down the track once the build's completed. So come on through and let's have a look inside the home. Now in here, it's looking a lot better. Basically, all we've done is we removed all the carpets, we've sanded the floors, that cost about $4,000. We've painted all the walls, we removed the old heater here. A lot of the houses have these old ugly heaters. You don't need those anymore. You've got air cons, or you can put in a split system aircon, which is what I do in a lot of my renovations. As we come on through, you can see the kitchen space. Now this kitchen is white, it's old, it's 90s, it's 2-pack, but the reality is for the area that we bought, which I bought this house for around $800,000, it doesn't need a brand new kitchen. And so I'm not gonna spend $20, $30, $40,000 on putting in a new kitchen unless I'm gonna get my money back. And so we're keeping this kitchen. Yes, we're getting rid of the old range hood, which is done, it's finished. But the oven works and we can update things as we need to. We're putting on new blinds, and that's gonna make the home look more modern with the paint, the blinds, and the flooring. Those are gonna give you the biggest return on investment. And so we're looking for getting our money back. How quickly can I get my money back? And is it a good investment for me to refinance now? So that's why we focus on the paint, the flooring, and the blinds, rather than gutting a kitchen that's still got some life left in it. We'll give you a little peek out this window here. Outside you can see that's where the fencing, the neighboring property will be, but you have to stick around to the end of this video for me to show you the full outside space. As we come on through, let me show you this 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom home. Before we even get to the bedrooms, we've got this oversized laundry space. So it's got a double tub, a room for a stacker, washer, dryer, and then a linen closet, and we don't need to do anything in here. It's all functional, it's all usable, only spend the money where it makes sense. As you come on through, we've got 3 bedrooms. Now these bedrooms are older style. You know, you can see they've got these older handles on them, but again, I'm not wanting to overspend. So one of the things we decided to keep were these wardrobes. Now they do look a bit rustic and old, but they're functional. You can still use them. Yes, it's dark timber, but I'm not wanting to overspend again on the home. We keep things that we can that still have usable life in them. You can see it's got a mirror, it's got drawers, and same with the blinds. We don't want to rip off the Venetian blinds that still work if they're functional. So it's about balance. You can't overspend on your renovations, otherwise you won't end up making any money and you'll actually be in the red. Now that's one of the bedrooms. We've got 2 more bedrooms. This is the master. I really like this room because it's got a his and hers closet. It's got basically a makeup bench in here, ceiling fan, a window above and a window to this side. And so you're probably going to put your double or your queen or king bed along here. And these are good sized rooms. Because the house is an older home, the rooms actually have a reasonable amount of space compared to some of the new builds. As we come on through, this is the 3rd and final bedroom. So what we're doing with Henry, our carpenter, he's going to put on a new door here just to tidy this up. So instead of ripping everything out, which would cost thousands of dollars, we might spend $500 putting in a new door, reframing this up, and still making it functional. It's not the biggest room, but there used to also be a desk along here. So we've painted the wall, we've gotten rid of the desk, and now it functions as a nursery or a kid's room or a study. So a much better use of the space. Finally, we have the bathroom. So it's not very exciting. You know, someone's left the toilet seat up. Come on, guys. Put the toilet seat down. But actually, this is a new toilet seat. So the old toilet seat was pretty rough. The toilet itself is fine. So we put on a new toilet seat rather than spending $500, $800 getting a whole new toilet. And I actually quite like the retro tiles. You know, they're still in. And with the bathroom here too, this is a newer shower. So that's one of the things we look for in the buyer's agency and with clients is we're looking at the condition of bathrooms specifically, which is a bit of a mouthful, specifically waterproofing. When I'm in a shower like this has got what's called wet wall. And so that means that it's fully, basically one panel. There's no grout lines in here. There's no water going or penetrating through that. And same with the base, it's on a shower base. So when you're buying a home and you're looking at the shower, that's an area that can have a lot of leaks. And we don't want that in your investment property or your own home. So make sure you assess the shower for the waterproofing. Same with the bath. It's a small bath, but it's a great bath for families. Again, we've got an old rail handle, which is, you know, for elderly people, but we're gonna leave that. It doesn't need to go anywhere. Again, the tiling is cream. It's very basic. Same with the countertop here. It's very old and basic, very 90s, but we're not ripping this all out. It is an investment property. It's all functional. Once it gets a full bomb clean, it'll scrub up nicely. And it's a good use of the current space we've got here. Now, the really exciting thing about this site is the value is in the land. One of the things we do with Dan, Patrick, myself, which are our management team at Purpose Property, is we help you buy the right property for the right price in the right location. And this is why I lead you out onto the back deck, because we have land here. You can see there's a 4-car garage out the back. There's a huge space off to the left-hand side, which I'll show you in a minute, where I'm gonna be building that 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom home, which is 120 square meters. So as we come on down, we are on our very new carport slab. The awesome thing about this slab is it fits a single car, high-pitched carport, which we do with Titan sheds. We've got access off to the side here, which means you can get back down the driveway space out of the carport, down the side driveway, which will be accessible by the front home and the back home. We've also put a washing line down the side for the front house. As we come on through, you can really see here how much space we've got to work with. This is where I'll be building a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom home with my builders. Now, the awesome thing about this project is we are keeping the 4-car garage, which means we've got all the parking requirements ticked with the carport there and the 4-car garage there. It's great functional space for whoever's gonna rent this home. And we're gonna be using most of this pad for the home and then have the front porch and patio here. So you'll enter in to the home here, you'll be in the front patio, you'll step inside the house with open plan kitchen, living and dining right where I am. And then all of the bedrooms, the 4-bed, 2-bath, all of the bedrooms and bathrooms will be out the back here. Now, I purchased this property for $800,000. And we made an aggressive offer so that I could secure this property personally. With this type of deal, it does take 12 to 24 months to execute on a build exactly like this, but we're gonna document every step of that project so you can see exactly how it's done. Now, to give you the cost on the build, we're estimating the build to cost around $350,000 to $400,000. So if you do the maths, it'll probably put me in around that 1.15 to 1.2 in terms of total site value. You also need to consider that I'm spending about $50K renovating the front home, making sure that the gutters are fine, that we've got the fencing in place, that it's tidied up in terms of blinds, painting and flooring. And it's looking a lot more modern and a lot more loved after having about that 50K renovation on the home. So $850 for the front property, say $350 for the back property. So that totals to around $1.2 to $1.25 million. Now, as a granny flat only, the end value would expect it to be around 1.35, which would be a $100,000 uplift, which is great. And the rent would be about $600 to $650 for the front home and $650 to $700 for the back home, which puts total rent conservatively around that $1,200 to $1,400. So say $1,300 per week. Now, if I strata title this site down the track, the equity might go up by another $100,000 to $200,000, which means the end value would sit between 1.5 to 1.6 million. So 2 of my other sites in Ipswich are also strata titles, but I'm building this as a granny flat first because I want to get moving, I want to get the build happening, and then I'll come back at a later date, put in the application to council, and see what extra bits and pieces I need to do to get that strata title status. So I hope you've enjoyed this full walkthrough. You've seen what we've done with the front home. You're seeing what we're doing with the back property. I'd love to help you do something similar, whether you're looking to do a granny flat, a strata title, or a subdivision, or just buy a good quality investment here in Southeast Queensland. My team, myself and the team at Purpose Property would love to help you. So head over to purposeproperty.com.au to book in a chat with myself. We'll see you soon.